I'm just going to go ahead and say the thing. Teaching older dyslexic learners is not the same as teaching emergent readers who are entering school age 5. Here's why. Older dyslexic learners are quite often treated as though they are emergent readers and just need to go back to the start and learn the same things that they would have learned when they were in kindy. But there's a few problems with this. First of all, older dyslexic learners have suffered prolonged learning failure and there are obvious impacts on their self-esteem. They're not likely to be quite as willing to try things because everyone else around them already has it, unlike a kindy kid entering school for the first time who is largely unaware that they might be having troubles because everyone else around them is at the same starting point that they are. Another reason that older dyslexic learners struggle is because they have a much larger vocabulary than an emergent reader entering school for the first time. The words that they're trying to read and spell are far more complex, by that point usually multisyllabic, subject-specific vocabulary that requires them to have quite a large background knowledge. The words that a young child might be trying to spell are probably far more in line with their vocabulary level than an older dyslexic learner who might be trying to write words like photosynthesis. Finally, their goals are likely to be quite different. An older dyslexic learner will quite often voice concerns like not being able to complete their assessments, needing to be able to study for science, or not being able to read their maths questions. So what does this mean for teachers? It means we have to adjust our instruction. We have to make sure that we're including things in our teaching program that are going to cover those foundational skills that they may not have picked up as fast as everyone else and before the curriculum moved on, but at the same time address some of those higher level word skills that they're looking to use in their classroom at this moment. Teaching morphology is one way that we can cover all of these bases. When we teach morphology, we naturally have to teach multisyllabic words. We also have to teach spelling rules, and we also have to talk about the meanings of the chunks in each word, those within word meaning clues or morphemes that get reused over and over again in English. Using these words in sentences and contextual understandings mean that we're using a structured literacy approach that helps our older students to pick up how the morphophonemic language of English actually works, and they can start to self-teach as they come across other words that contain the same chunks in different subject areas and different topics. For example, if I know that bene means good and I come across the word beneficial, I can't necessarily decode it. How is healthy eating beneficial? I at least know bene means something good, and so I can probably infer that that question is asking me, how is healthy eating good? Older learners also love exploring morphology because it's a way of teaching the code explicitly and systematically without having to go back to the basics of phonics, which they often already have. If you're looking for lesson ideas and things you can do with your older learners to explore these concepts, check out the link below.